Hey guys, excited to bring you another review video today of my new saber, the Bellicose from Ultrasabers. Just a quick note before I start that I have added my own brown leather grip to this just to make it my own. And as new, this section will be black anodized and wouldn't be brown leather. Now this saber is one of the mid-price sabers that you can buy from Ultrasabers, and for the money it is really nice. It's a really badass looking hilt. It's also one of the sabers that comes with a lot of options that you can pick from. So you can customize some of the smaller details and really make the saber your own. And if I go through some of these with you, if we start with the pommel, there's two choices, the long groove pommel and the short groove pommel. I opted for the long grooves. I just like how bold the black accents look. If you opt for the short grooves, then there's normally 3 machine lines that run along the end, and these black sections are just a little bit shorter. Both of those are really cool choices. You get a CoverTech wheel as standard with this. It does come standard in black. I asked them to pop a chrome one on there for me, just because I wanted to try and steer this lightsaber towards the light side and try and choose more sort of shiny chrome options rather than black. I opted for a red illuminated AV switch. Now none of my old sabers have actually got the illuminated switch, and I'd really recommend these. The overall sort of quality and feel of these is a lot higher than the others. I found that turning it on and off, I don't have to actually push the switch in as far to do so, and when it's lit up it just looks really cool, and I'll show you in a bit. You can also choose the button detail. Now it is just decorative. I opted for a bronze one because I sort of pre-planned to add the brown grip to it. I wanted it to tie in, but you have a choice of chrome, gold, bronze. It comes standard in red or blue and green, so tons of choice there. And then you've got the emitter at the end. Now this isn't MHS compatible, but in fairness, it doesn't really need swapping out. It's a slanted emitter, it's really sleek, really cool design, and this saber really wears it well. So the best bit, firing it up. That is awesome. So you can see the red illuminated AV switch there. Really cool. Adds a whole new sort of element to the actual hilt itself. You've got the Tri-LED, which is very bright. I'll show you a little bit better when I put a blade in. And what you can hear is the Obsidian V4 sound. Now if I just show you the sound vents, and hopefully you can just hear the sound. It's very crystal clear on this hilt. Really loud. And then the power off. So I will show you guys the swapping over the blade plug for the blade. It's slightly different with the Bellicose due to the blade holder. It requires 2 different wrenches in different sizes, which they do send out with it. I paid the extra $1 to get these. So you undo the 1 retention screw at the back of the emitter, pop out the blade holder, which has got my blade plug set in, and then you use the slightly smaller wrench with 2 retention screws, like so. This is the boring bit, I know, but it's still good to show you guys. And then pop out the blade plug, and then put the blade in. Now, you can overdo this, it can slide all the way along. Just use my thumb really just to hold it in place. Just clamp it and tighten it on. I try not to over tighten. Oh, it's the wrong wrench. Now I do try not to over tighten these just so I don't damage the blades. You can actually tighten these screws into the blades and it can make little dents, and if you're too rough you can make little holes. I think the best thing to do is just tighten it enough so you can feel some resistance and then just stop there. Okay, so that's the blade into the holder, and then the holder slides in. As you can see, it's a little bit more fiddly than the other ones, but it doesn't take that much longer. It's not really a big deal. And then give that a tighten, and then that's in. So this is a mid-grade blade. It's lighter than my heavy grade, obviously by a little bit, but not too much difference. The actual weight of this saber is awesome. The hilt itself was a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. It's probably my lightest hilt. I can easily wield this one-handed as well, not a problem. It's so light. It'd be great for spinning as well. And now if I turn this on for you, you can see the Tri-LED, which is really bright. This is a fully lit room, and I'm hoping that shows up on camera just how bright that is. Completely clear blades. Very well lit. Now, you can't have Tri-LED with flash on clash. So if I activate lockup, I don't have a flash, but it is a small price to pay for just how bright it really is. And what I'll do for you guys is if I show you the Tri-LED, which is in Guardian Blue by the way, sorry, next to my Ultra Edge Consular Green, and then I've got Sunrider's Destiny and a heavy grey blaze. And I'm hoping that you can just sort of tell the differences between the brightness there. The camera is sort of picking that up. The Tri-LED is very evenly lit. And what I'll do is if I turn off my living room light quickly, and hopefully give you guys sort of a real good look at how bright and evenly lit that blade is compared to the sort of the standard LED setup. I definitely recommend getting the Tri. It does suck that you can't have flash and clash with it, but it's a good thing to think on. I think personally I prefer the brightness over the flash, so it's one that I'll be getting in the future. And just a little bit on the Obsidian V4 soundboard, which you've got here, attached to the lithium-ion batteries and the speaker on the end. It's definitely worth upgrading to the V4 over the V3. That's my personal opinion, but for $10 more, you can store multiple sound fonts on this thing, and you can cycle through them on the go. It's got a micro USB just there. You can hook it up to the computer, and it's a really, really smart, simple bit of tech. And popping this back in, you just pop it in. I'm going to try not to put any pressure on the speaker itself. And once it's in, just use the pommel to gently push that back in the whole way. So it's very unlikely that you'll damage these things in that process. So the Bellicose in summary, for a mid-priced hilt, it's really cool. Tons of customization, some really nice details, really high quality. When I received this, I opened it up and there wasn't a single scratch on this. It was brilliant machine work from Ultrasabers, and I'm really, really impressed. It's a light hilt, it's a really comfortable hilt, it's going to be great for dueling, great for spinning, and I can't wait to bust this thing out and have some fun with it. So this is Lev from Saber Forum. Happy sabering all, and I hope you found this helpful. Cheers guys.